What's up, everybody? Beautiful day out. Well, hello, everybody. On my way out of the woods, I decided to take a little bit of a breather. I had about 45 minutes to kill, so perfect place to kill at the time. This is my favorite spot. If I could camp right here on this little peninsula, oh, that would be so nice. I could probably do it one night, but then I'd just worry about somebody walking around on top of the hill up there and see me down here camping right by it, right out in the open. Even though I've camped up there on the hill, so probably wouldn't even make that big of a difference. They just got all those cameras up now, and I don't know where they're at, so I'm trying to kind of keep my eye out for them. Looking for trail cameras, looking for cameras in general, just high up trees. If I was going to post a camera, that's where I'd post it, but I haven't seen no signs back here that says no trespassing, but I know there's 3 where I first walk in at. Those are new. But it is what it is. I mean, it's not my property. I've just been coming back here since 2008. That's a while. It's almost 20 years, 18 years I've been coming out here. So peaceful back here. Oh, my knee. Yeah, my legs look like they got tore up. Probably from walking through that tall grass. Luckily I didn't get mud all over me like I did yesterday. Man, I was walking through like 4 inches of water just to get to my camp spot. Every time I stepped in the mud, you'd hear that suction cup sound. I think everybody that's stepped in some nasty mud knows what I'm talking about. The mud that'll swallow you whole. Or at least when you go to step forward, it'll swallow your boot. Sitting there with your 1 foot up in the air with your sock on, like, what do I do with this thing? Say, partner, you about to get your socks muddy as hell. So yeah, everybody I think has been, or at least anybody that goes in the outdoors has experienced the mud that'll suck you under. I've never dealt with quicksand. I've been on places where people warn me, watch out for quicksand. So everywhere you step, you're like, I hope I don't die and step on quicksand. I think when I was younger, these people would tell me stuff like that because my grandma and them lived right next to a strip mine where they were always doing. They had this huge crane that would scoop out gravel by the truckload. Like just with 1 scoop, a whole truckload would be full. I always thought that was cool as hell to see something that big, and I was always curious. And I think my grandma and grandpa, my uncle, and them told me these crazy stories to keep me out of there because I mean it was a good, easy place to die. I mean the water. If you went up to the water and jumped in, it was like 90 feet deep, just right off the rip. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. What's up, Blake, Shanita, Chaos? There you go. Hello, hello. On my way out of the woods, decided to sit down by my favorite little creek and hang out for a minute. It's a beautiful day, that's for sure. We came out here yesterday and spent the night, and It was pretty crappy yesterday. I think the sun came out for like 5 minutes. And that was about it. But I was covered in mud by the time I got to my campsite. But I like my campsite because it's way back in the middle of nowhere, and I don't have to worry too much about people finding it. I mean, the only thing at my site is that I leave is my firing. There's not a piece of trash. I try not to make trails, but you keep going back to the place, you know, over and over and over. You're going to eventually work a trail in somewhere. But yeah, other than that, welcome. Hope everybody's having a great day. No, I'm not homeless. Nope, I'm not homeless. I just like hanging out in the outdoors. Everybody says, man, if you were homeless, dude, man, you don't have the skills to survive. I'm like, shit, I wouldn't want to be living in the outdoors. Coming out for a night or two is one thing, but living out here, especially in the wintertime, when I was coming out here, there was a girl that was living by herself in like a little 3-person tent. And it's like, I felt terrible. Every time I walked by, it just looked like there was nobody there. And it was about a foot of snow on the ground, and I didn't see no tracks. And I was like, I hope there ain't nobody dead in there. So I'm like, kind of like out of curiosity, went up there the one day when I was leaving. And I'd like knocked on the tent, like, hey, I'm just doing a welfare check. I'll make sure nobody's dead in here. I don't mean to startle you. You all right? Is anybody in there? And I kind of shook the tent a little bit. And I walked around the front. There was a few tracks, but there was no trash. There was nothing like an indication that they didn't live in there. But I opened the tent door, and there's 3 candles burning. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I closed the tent real quick, and I would just walk away. And I'm like, oh my god, there's somebody like literally living in there. And it's like, man, there was just blankets everywhere. So I'm walking away, and I see a girl come in that direction, and I'm thinking, there's no way that's who's staying in there. It's just this little girl. And it's like, hey, I was, excuse me, she didn't hear me first, and then when I said it the second time, she seen me, and I walked up to her, and I was like, man, I don't mean to startle you, but I kind of did a little check on you, or whoever I thought might be there, or might have passed away. I didn't do anything, I didn't steal nothing, but I did open your tent door and saw there was a candle burning and shut it real quick. She's like, well, I really appreciate that, guy. I mean, it's like, that's good looking out. And I said, man, I don't know how you're doing it. It's like, I've been coming out here for the past 3-4 months since it's been like cold, and I see their tent's been out here every time. And so if you want, I could stop by the next time I come out and bring you like some, warm food, something to, warm your belly up. No, I'm okay, buddy. I really appreciate it. It was like she didn't want nothing to do with anybody. She just wanted to be left alone. But I have respect for that, man, because she was like, I work part-time, and I'm just trying to get enough money so I could get up out of here and either get into a shelter or something. And so, I mean, more power to her. I mean, I have a lot of respect for somebody, especially a young girl that can live out here like that and survive. So it is possible. I was homeless for 2 years, but I made sure I kept my ass in the shelter. I don't really drink alcohol, so that I didn't have a problem with the no drinking policy, and don't really do street drugs, so I mean, I didn't have much of a problem. And then I just kind of got myself a place, and I've been where I'm at now for, I think, 10 years. Even I'm all good on living out here, shit. But it is beautiful. It's nice to stay out here for a night or two. Helps get my head right. Makes me just relax and forget about everything. I guess I was going to say think about everything, but no, just kind of forget about all my troubles and just hang out for the day. Then make supper later on that night. And I got a cot set up out here. I got it stashed. I don't have it set up. So when I go out there and put up my shoulder, I grab my cot, throw that up. I blow up my air mattress. I got my sleeping bag, and I got my chair, some food, and some regular supplies. I'm good to go. I don't use no tent. I don't use anything other than a tarp to keep me dry, and not once have I, regretted that decision. I got flooded out a couple times, but that was just because I didn't understand the demographic of the area I was camping in. Places that are like swampy areas, man, if it rains and rains, they're gonna, within an hour of raining, you'll have 2 or 3 inches of standing water. I've had a couple times where I was leaving here, and it was It was coming, well actually the last time I left here, it was pouring down rain. And it was like I was just getting ready to lay down and take a nap. And I seen on the Weather Channel, after I heard thunder, and I sat up and I was like, looked at the Weather Channel, a big line of thunderstorms was just getting ready to blow through. I'm sitting here thinking like, this looks like a big batch of storms. If I stay here too long, I'll get stranded. So I had to like pack everything right then and there. And that's when it started pouring down rain. So when I left here, I was soaked from head to toe. I was drenched. Yeah, if anybody stop by, hang out for a second, I'll say what's up. I appreciate the hanging out and talking and shit like that. It's keeps the channel alive. I get, sometimes recommendations, questions, stuff like that, or suggestions, and I apply them to my, my camping, I don't know what you want to call it. I just go on my stealth camping trips. I don't like camping where I'm allowed to camp. I like doing it kind of like a off the grid kind of thing. They're trying to sell this property, I know that much, but they're going to have a hard time doing it. They have so much shit buried out here. Nothing but tons and tons of asphalt, bricks, just bricks everywhere. If I could get a hustle and figure out a way to sell these damn bricks, I'd bring bricks home every time I come camping and sell them to people. Because there are cool ass bricks out here that are like almost brand new and have cool designs on them. I'm from Canton, Ohio, and Canton was one of the #1 places making bricks back in the earlier days when most of their streets were paved with bricks. The Canton, Ohio Brick Company has made the bricks for them. So you'll see a lot of those out here, Canton, Ohio Brick Company, and there's 2 or 3 other like designs that I noticed there's like common. But that ain't the only shit out here buried. A lot of trash, metal, plastic, tires, just everything. It's sad. I mean, if you really think about it, I'm glad nature reclaimed its wildness, because that's what happened out here. It just they dumped a bunch of shit, and then they quit, and then nature just kind of like overgrew everything, and now it's like it's such a hard demand to sell property because there's so much crap. I try to stay away from it all, and if I can, I always pick up the trash that's around me. Leave the places where I stayed a lot cleaner than when I left it, or when I got there. Alright, y'all, I gotta get off here. I gotta finish my trip to get out of here and go home. I think I'm adopting a kitty today, so I gotta go home and go next door because my other cat just passed away. I'm having a hard time dealing with it. It was my old cat. He was black. He was 20 years old. He was very, very special. He was very, very intelligent. I never had an animal, and a dog or a cat that was that damn intelligent. Oh, you motherfucker. But this cat, I wanted to get another black cat, and my neighbor said a little kitten showed up yesterday, and it's all black. And if I want it, I can have it. And so I think I'm going to go home and adopt it, because my other cat's a very sociable cat. He's part bobcat, which is he's a nut, but he's a very lovable cat, and he needs he has separation anxiety when I leave now. He's freaking out because he doesn't have the other cat to be with, so I gotta get something to keep him company. It's just only fair because he's special too in his own dumbass way. He's a good ass cat though. Alright folks, you guys came by for my live. I want to say thank you. I really appreciate you guys hanging out for a minute. Don't have a whole lot of time to hang out. I just had some time to kill before I had to get out of here, and just wanted to sit down for a minute. My favorite little spot before I get my last portion of my trip out of these woods. About halfway mark to get out of here. So you like my content, it's camping content, outdoorsy kind of shit, you know, check out my channel. I mean, I got over 260 now, there's 270 videos that are all camping related, and it goes back about 2.5 years, and there's some other shit when I very first started my channel. It's like police raids around my neighborhood, there's some other wacky ass shit that's on there, and it's might even like spark your interest in some way, shape, or form. Check out some of my content. So other than that, I hope everybody has a blessed day. Get out there and enjoy what's left of it. It is gorgeous out. At least it is here in Ohio. So I'll see you guys on the next trip. You guys stay safe, blessed, and I'll see you then. Love, peace, chicken grease. Peace out.